everyone, and welcome to the Gotalkto English podcast. I am your host, Teacher Emily, representing you from the United States. And today I have a very special guest with me, Miss Teacher Giselle. Welcome,
Oh,
Teacher Giselle.
thank you for the invitation, Emily. I am so glad to be with you today. Thank you, thank you,
And
thank you, thank
hi,
you.
good. And how are you doing on this fine day?
Um, fine, thank you. I'm a little tired because it's early in Mexico.
I
I'm not so
understand.
early.
I understand. We prepared. We have some coffee. And
Yes.
for extra fun, we put marshmallows in it because my inner child wanted
Oh, I need
marshmallows.
a hot chocolate. It's better for
Mhm,
me.
mhm.
Not coffee, but hot chocolate. It's good
The
for me.
coffee was to wake up. You just finished celebrating a holiday over there where you live. Where do you live?
I live in Mexico City. And
Mexico
yes, we
City. Good.
just finished to celebrate a Day of the Dead. You're right.
Yes. And what a amazing, colorful, wonderful holiday it is for our American viewers. The Day of the Dead holiday has been highlighted in the animated movies such as Coco and The Book of Life. So the celebrations definitely gained popularity. But let's dive into the topic. So we have skeletons, we've got delicious treats, graveyards. Is Dia de los Muertos or Day of the Dead, is it like a Mexican Halloween?
No, and this is a very interesting question because many people sometimes confuse that, or many people think it's a Mexican Halloween. No, I want to be very clear. It's very different the celebration because its celebration has roots more older. It's older. It's an
Right.
older celebration from the pre-Hispanic age. The Aztecs and the pre-Hispanic cultures
Oh, wow.
celebrate the death in that period.
So this is
Uh,
very traditional.
yes, so when the Spaniards came to Mexico, they brought the religion, Catholic religion, and they mix everything because the
Oh,
fusion of two religions.
right.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's a fusion of both. It's an strange mix, a surrealistic mix,
No,
in
I
fact.
mean absolutely. I mean, and I know our American viewers will definitely resonate with that concept of really just kind of taking New World and that old school religious and just kind of
Mhm.
meshing it. And many of our holidays and celebrations are actually kind of results of those meshes and just those mixes. It's very fun and it gets a very nice, fun, spiritual, positive remix to it in a way.
Exactly, yes, and it's different like Halloween because in this celebration we remember our ancestors. We
Mm.
try to put the picture in the offering. We have offerings because that's the root for the Aztec tradition. Uh, so we try to remember. So it's more spiritual than Halloween. Halloween is more
Right.
for fun, and the celebration, yes, it's funny. It's funny because it's very colorful, and we
Uh-oh.
try to. Can you hear me? Yes.
We're good.
And
We're
we
good.
try to and we try to enjoy the celebration. In fact, because many people said Mexican people laugh about the death. It's not only laugh about the death, it's we see the death like in a different way. It's not like the end of the life. It's so to go to other life. It's go to other place. And in November, you have the permission to came to the earth and visit your family again.
Right. And
Hmm.
that's just that the whole concept is just it's so sweet. It's so cool just to be able to have that connection with your loved ones beyond the grave, you know?
Hmm.
And it just death is a very scary thing. It's very scary to think about. So to have
Yes,
that
of course.
light to believe in that, death is not the end. They're still happy. They're still carrying on, and they can come visit us.
Hmm.
For those 2 days. Is it 2 days or just one day they can come see us?
We have more days. Many people start to celebrate from October 28th, because in that day we start to celebrate the people who died in accidents. So every day is
Oh.
different for the people. So in November 1st, we celebrate the kids, the souls of the kids. So you put the toys in the offering, candies for them, and in November 2nd, it's for all the adults.
Ah, I see. I
So it's more
see.
general in November 2nd, but it's a very cute celebration, and well, personally, I love this celebration. It's my favorite celebration in Mexico because it's very
Speaking
colorful.
Good. Speaking of personal, did you celebrate Day of the Dead growing up as a child?
Yes, when I was a child, my grandmother set an offering for her brother and her father, and I learned about the tradition when I was a child, and I put the flowers and fruits, and I learned the elements in the offering from her. Now she's very old, and she only set a very small offering in her room, but she's always remembering her ancestors. So it's
That's
it's it's very emotive. It's very beautiful.
yeah, so beautiful, so sweet, just so dedicated. I mean, it
Hmm.
just it's amazing. It's so honorable. So I'd have to ask, what's up with the skulls? Is there any semblance in the skulls and the skeletons?
The skulls and skeletons represent the death, la muerte, and the death is part of the Mexican culture in many aspects. Um, like I told you, the dead was celebrating by the pre-Hispanic cultures in that time, in that age. In approximately October 28th, they celebrate the god Mictlantecutli
Ooh.
and and her wife. So it was a coincidence when the Spaniards came to Mexico, and they bring the Dia de Todos los Santos, because in Spain they celebrate the Dia de
Ah.
Todos los Santos, and that's a fusion. So the
Wow, okay.
Hispanic cultures assimilate in that form,
Yeah.
but it's almost the same. Let's just
That's
celebrate.
so cool. It like a puzzle piece, you know, they just lined up and they fit together. It was perfect. Perfect timing.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. See, perfect
Gotcha.
timing. See, so it was the fusion we have now, and definitely it's a celebration where the skeletons represent the dead. So for us, the dead is very sad, of course, but we see the skeletons. For example, we have the most famous Catrina. Maybe you have seen the Catrina, or do you know a little bit about La
Yes,
Catrina?
yes.
Sí, it's very popular, and La Catrina is a representation of the dead. That it's the dead is democratic.
Mhm.
So the rich people and the poor people, they are gonna die.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
already certain in life.
Yep.
See, so we see the skeletons not like in the Halloween. No, we see the skeletons like
Ah, you know.
La Muerte. It's a representation that you are and we are the same.
Mhm.
We're equal.
Yeah, in
Rich and
death we
poor.
are all equal.
Exactly. For the dead, we're all equal. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So, I know off screen we talked about this amazing festival that is in Mexico City. Is that where you're usually
Yes.
at? It's in Mexico City every year, but unfortunately, due to COVID, it was canceled. Can you tell us what is that festival? Tell us a little bit about that festival and what happens there.
Okay, well, the festival is a little recently, in fact, because James Bond, the
Ooh,
last movie, do you remember? I don't know. I don't remember the name of the movie,
I think
but
it was Golden maybe? No, Gold something. I can't. Or no,
I don't
Skyfall.
remember.
Skyfall.
But
Maybe. I
yes,
don't
I think
know.
so. Yes. I think in that movie they present a parade with big skeletons and very colorful. And many people thought in Mexico we celebrate that. In fact, in Mexico we celebrate, but not with a big parade like in the movie.
Gotcha.
But from that movie, the government of Mexico City planned the parade. So in
It's like,
fact, we have
hey, we're kind of
2
popular.
or 3
Like,
parades. Yes, it's very popular
it's like, make
since
some
I
money
think so
off of this.
3 or 4 years ago, maybe. Yes, and it's very, very huge. We have 2 parades, one with Catrinas, Catrina with the skeleton, all the people who wants to dress like Catrina. So go to the streets, and the other with big skeletons and the Xoloscuincle dog. Uh-huh. The
Oh,
last year I saw a big Xoloscuincle. There are very huge, are from papel maché,
oh
maché
yes,
paper.
paper mache.
Mhm.
Like yes,
Paper
yeah, like
maché,
pinatas.
exacto, paper maché, and very, very big, and the people are moving like puppets in the
Oh
street. Oh yes, it
wow.
was very impressive. Oh, I love that. And the people, it's on the streets with typical costumes,
Hmm.
dancing, and many floatings representing different aspects of the death, and typical characters in Mexico. Uh, we know, no, like Pedro Infante and many singers in the golden age of
That sounds
Mexico.
amazing. It sounds incredible.
Yes, no, that's a very big parade, and it's very, very amazing. It's amazing. I love the parade, but not this year because the pandemic.
Unfortunately.
Yes,
That's
unfortunately.
that's so neat that just like, hey, how come we don't do it like in the movie? Well, then let's do it like in the movie.
Yes, exactly. And that was really good because that attract many tourists to Mexico
Right.
City. Yes, and we enjoy a lot that. In fact, we have a very huge offering, ofrenda,
Uh-huh.
in the Zócalo, that's the downtown in Mexico City. And many people set the offerings with different topics.
Oh,
Like
okay.
for example, the AIDS sick people who died, and it's the topic for that, or
Gotcha.
different topics in the city.
Okay. The different causes of death, different reasons why people might
Exactly.
pass.
Yes, in the
Gotcha.
earthquakes too, and the heroes in the earthquake
That
2
is
years ago.
specific.
Yes, for example, like the
That's
dogs.
awesome.
The dogs go to the parade because they were the heroes in the
Yes.
earthquake. And they go to the parade. We
All right.
clap.
Speaking of dogs, in the movie, the Disney movie Coco, one of the characters mentions Shaulo, the mighty Sholo dog. This is an alejibre. Can you tell us?
Alebrije.
Yeah,
Alebrije.
alebrije. Alebrije. Sorry.
Alebrije.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the alebrijes?
Alebrijes is like an invention for handcraft man, un artesano. We call artesanos in Spanish, and he said he dreamed with that animals, fantastic animals.
Okay.
Uh-huh. In fact, they was born, if I don't do a mistake, in Puebla.
Ooh.
But the concept of alebrije expanded for other cities in Mexico, like Oaxaca. We have another cities in Oaxaca, and they create beautiful alebrijes. I bought in my last trip to Oaxaca some small alebrijes because I love cats. So I bought
Ooh.
alebrijes of cats. And that alebrije is a handcraft made by wood or paper mache too.
Mm-hmm,
There are many sizes, like the small. Oh, so cute! Ah, you have a surprise for me.
If I had known, I would have brought him out sooner.
It's very beautiful. How do they create? And the imagination is the main factor for create the alebrijes,
Hmm.
because they are mixed for fantastic animals. Maybe a cat with wings, or tiger with a dragon claws, or your imagination is the limit for create
That's
that, and are very colorful and represent is a representation of the from the imagination of that man. I think so. It's Pedro Linares, uh, the creator of the concept of alebrije. So are like mythical animals.
I love it. I love it.
Hmm.
It brings the imagination to life, you know.
Hmm.
Anything you can think of, it's there.
Yes.
Another reoccurring tradition we see with Day of the Dead is the flowers, the marigolds. Is there
Hmm.
anything significant about the marigolds?
Yes, of course. Yes. All the in the offering has a different meanings, but the marigolds are very special because the marigolds represent the sun. The naming is Flor de Cempasúchil
Ooh,
in Nahuatl.
I'm
In
not gonna try to
the
pronounce that. I'll edit that
yes,
out.
Cempasúchil is the flower of 400 petals.
Wow,
That's the meaning,
that's so
and that represents,
romantic. I
yeah,
love
no,
it.
it's very beautiful, and that represents the sun, because for the pre-Hispanic cultures, the sun was a very very important element, because they bring the life. So when you are celebrating the dead, in fact, you're celebrating the life as well. Mhm. So it's very beautiful and colorful, and we
Mhm.
export that flower for other cultures like India, for example.
Right.
And
It, it,
the smell is so very characteristic for that
Yeah,
flower.
and you know, you're right. It's such a just bright, beautiful golden flower.
Hmm.
Like it just, you look at it and it makes you happy. It makes your soul warm inside.
Hmm. Yes, it's beautiful.
Oh gosh. Okay, so we've talked a lot about some of the traditions with Day of the Dead. So, teacher Giselle, can you teach us how to celebrate Day of the Dead?
Well, the most important part, no matter if you have religion or not, is to don't forget your ancestors.
Right.
Like the people say, are in the Coco movie said, because is that a reason, I think so, Disney created that movie, and it's really really good movie, because it contains all the elements we have for celebrate Dia de los Muertos.
Mhm.
And it's don't forget your family, don't forget your ancestors, don't forget your roots. And if you want to celebrate, because I have many students who they like the colorful, you can put an altar, a small altar with we have an element. I don't have a lot because I have only a few, because my cats destroy the others.
It's okay. I
Like
understand.
papel picado.
Oh yes, those little paper.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
See,
I do
and
remember
it's
those from the
very
movie.
colorful. Yes, it's very colorful. If you can get a little bit, because that represents the wind in the
Ah,
offering, and some candles, because that represents the element like the fire. So my
right.
offering are represent the four elements. So
Okay.
water, like salt, bread, like is pan de muerto. We call it
Oh
pan de
yes.
muerto. Oh, it's
Okay.
delicious. Hmm. It tastes like orange. And papel picado, which represents the wind, and you have the elements in the offering. And the flowers, of course.
Oh,
Mhm.
so the flowers, do they represent the earth?
The flowers represent the earth, the salt represent the earth, and the bread represent the earth as well.
Ah, okay, okay,
Hmm.
gotcha,
Yes, because
gotcha.
come from the soil, from the earth,
Okay,
that
okay.
represents. So it's very beautiful, and don't forget the picture of your family,
Yes, yes, we must put our pictures on the ofrendas.
the ofrendas, and the most important part is to be grateful, to be alive, and be thankful for what you learn about your ancestors. That's the most important part if you want to celebrate the Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos.
Now, is it true that we should lay down our marigold petals so that way our ancestors have a pathway to come home?
Yes, 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 yes. It was a it's true. You can create a mat with the petals of the marigold.
Ah!
Yes, like in Coco the movie. Yes, to go to the offering. Yes, other people well, are very creative and create a crosses with marigolds or different paths, different forms. But all the elements in the offering attract the souls. The smell, the food, of course, the
Of
favorite food.
course, I'm hungry. I want to
You have
eat.
to be the favorite food for the soul. Maybe mole or pumpkin, calabaza, or many things. Many things.
Yes.
And tequila. Of
We
course,
all
that
have that one
represents.
uncle, right? One tío? Yes.
Sí, 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 sí. Maybe the person alive love tequila, and you have to be tequila or anything else.
So, last question about Dia de los Muertos. Is there anything that we need to make sure we don't do? Like, absolutely do not do. It's a no-no.
Well, exactly. We have many fusions, like, and we have the influence from United States about the Halloween, and sometimes the people mixed. But remember, the
Okay.
day after that, it's also a mix. Uh, but definitely, we try to maintain the tradition. So don't put witches or ghosts in the
Right.
offering because that are not elements in the
Right.
offering. Yes, it's a little weird because it's not part of the tradition or the thoughts of
So you should
the
definitely try and keep
believings.
the two a little separated.
Yes, exactly. That's which definitely you have not to do. So don't put Halloween elements. The skeletons are different, has a different meaning, as I told you. Is la muerte is the death for us, but not on or the pumpkin, like calabaza, not that pumpkin, no
The
Jack Lantern, not Jack o'
jack-o'-lanterns.
Lantern. Yes, no, it's very different. We have another kind of pumpkin,
Gotcha. Okay, totally different pumpkin. Different pumpkin.
totally different pumpkin. Yes.
Well, Teacher Giselle, thank you so much. This has been an incredible interview. I have learned so much today, and I hope our viewers have too. Speaking of the viewers, what classes do you offer, and what can they find? Where can they find you on Gotalkto?
Oh, well, I am a Spanish teacher, and you can find me in the Gotalkto platform. So you're invited to take all the lessons. You can find the platform like cooking, and idioms, a lot of things you can find. So go to the virtual campus, and you can find many things for have fun and learning a lot.
Thank you so much. Well, please come check out gotalkto.com to learn Spanish from teacher Giselle, as well as many other languages and topics available at our virtual learning site. You can also check us out on social media, on Facebook, or on Instagram at gotalkto. Thank you so much, teacher Giselle.
Thank you very much, Emily.
For
Bye
the
bye.
rest of your morning, bye-bye.
Bye bye.